All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the WV Broadcasting Network and another edition we are bringing to you of the Redline Racing League here on your Tuesday night. Getting ready to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the night race on the oval. None of that Roval shtick. We don't need to be doing that quite yet. But, as always, we have our good friend, the commish, Mr. Mark McAttack, up in the booth to give us the rundown and an update on our in-season tournament.
Alrighty, sir. How we doing tonight?
Doing all right, brother.
Awesome. Always glad to hear your voice in the booth. And we got Charlotte tonight here in the Truck Series, the oval, as you said, not the road course. It's the regular oval. And we also have the round of 8 in our in-season bracket tournament as well. And I will announce the 4 matchups to keep an eye on tonight. Let me pull that up right here. All right, so our 4 matchups tonight, we have Savage Bear against Dark Knight. That's one matchup, the first matchup. Second one is Chief and Danny. Third matchup is Davey and Hoosier. And the last matchup is Indy and Cole. So again, round of 8, 4 matchups. Definitely something to keep tabs on, especially towards the end of the race. And then that will set the stage for the final 4, which will take place next week at Mid-Ohio. So that's the bracket rundown. I had a lot of upsets last week, including myself, unfortunately. But hey, it happens. It's all good. But very excited to have this bracket kind of create a little excitement for the middle of the season. So. But nonetheless, I will go over the starting lineup here real quick, and then we will get going. We got myself, Mark McAttack, starting on the pole. Starting second, we got Rowdy Davey. Third on the grid is going to be MFF Kari. Fourth is Danny MD. Fifth, we got Chief TP. Sixth, we have Savage Bear. Seventh on the grid is Dunlap. Eighth, we got Hoosier Boy. Ninth is 19mm. 10th, we got Doing Work. 11th, find him. Oh, there he is, Dark Knight. 12th, we have P. Fulton. 13th is Hootie Hoo. 14th is Shady Acres. 15th, we got JRC Indy. 14th is JRC Indy, 15th is Cole Trickle, 16th is Team 95, 17th we got Dog Pound, 18th is One Fast Bean, and rounding out the field, Davey must have backed out. Okay, never mind, so I guess it'll be Davey starting at the rear. That's why my math was getting mixed up there. But anyways, got 19 truck field tonight, should be exciting, and with the in-season tournament and whatnot, should be a lot of fun. So,
can't wait.
All right. Well, we will talk to you after the race, man.
Alrighty, brother.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to the 5 people that I just saw in here watching this stream and getting ready to get this one underway. Always want to give a shout out to one of the drivers on here named Sean Weber. In the game, that is Mr. Cole Trickle, driver of the number 55. If I'm correct, I'm usually correct. But yes, want to give you all a shout out, give you all some love for being here on your Tuesday night. You could be anywhere else, but you decided to be here. So we appreciate you all very much as we get ready to go here for, as you can see, a 34-lap race here at Actually, no, sorry. No, it's a 67-lap. I have it set for a quarter of the laps. Meanwhile, we're doing a 50%er in the race, so it's not 34. It is 67 laps. But it should go by quick, and we will get ready to get this one going. Right now, though, drivers doing the rundown, doing roll call, getting us all set and ready. Make sure everybody's good and ready to get this race underway. We'll take a look at the point standings. We got Nexus in here, giving some love to Indy. Right now, though, Mark McAtack, your points leader. Savage Bear closing back in, down by 18. Got some help at the end of the last race with Mark McAtack getting doored out of the final corner and jumping out of the top 5. And so Indy still sits third. He is 68 points. So that is a huge gap from first to second and from second to third. Or sorry, I meant from first to third, and especially from second to third. That was my bad. Meanwhile, everybody in the top 4 has a win. The other truck is also D. Allison. In the 41, he sits 72 back, has a win. And the second most playoff points out of anybody in the field. Even though he is 4th in points, he also has 3 poles.
15 seconds.
And here we go, getting ready to jump in this one. 10-second countdown. And if you wanted a better representation of your starting lineup, here it is. Mark McAtack starting first. And there you go. See MFF Kari now in second position. Danny MD will be third. 4th will be Chief TP. And then rounding out your top 5 is Savage Bear. Now that we got the visual representations out of the way, we will get into the loading screen so that way we can see the green flag drop on this 19 truck field. I gotta get used to saying truck. I have 3 Cup Series leagues that I am a part of also, so having to say trucks is a little difficult. But we will jump in for the green flag drop. Mark McAtack on the inside, taking him to it. The green flag waves at Charlotte. And we're on our look back cam, our favorite one. Can they make it out? A lot of drivers can get loose now. Here's where they said to keep an eye on. A lot of drivers were saying to keep an eye right here. Entrance and exit of turn 4. Oh, and there they go! They were saying it was going to be Calamity Corner. That is a 2-car pileup involving Shady Acres and Cole Trickle. And no caution flies. And it is Mark and Indy with Danny MD and Cole. So Kari sits second. Danny MD still sits third. Chief TP 4th. Savage Bear still running up the top 5. Meanwhile, Dunlap, who started 6th, is dropping rapidly through the field. But Hoosier now sits in that 6th position. 19mm up to 7th, doing work to 8th. Dunlap 9th. The battle is for 10th. And it will be Dark Knight moving up a spot. Then it's P. Fulton 11th. Hootie Hoo in 12th. And there's JRC Indy not having the start he wanted to. He's already dropped down through the field. But we don't call him the Phantom for nothing. But he is the 2nd seed in this bracket and already in a little bit of a hole. So we'll see. He's going up again. I got to go back to see who he's going up against in the bracket. Right now, still looking at the point standings. Oh, and Mark McAtack has gotten into the wall. MFF Kari will assume the race lead. Mark drops to 4th. And you definitely should be going back to last week to see that upset that we saw. Oh, and 19mm just lost power to his home. And so he is out. And fortunately, though, going back to the bracket now, Indy's matchup is against Cole Trickle, who got caught up in the early incident with Shady Acres. As JRC Indy now gets by Dog Pound. But that's insane. Danny MD now stuck up on the outside. Here comes Chief DP to take away second position. And that 24, the 63 will fall to third. How can he make that high line work? I believe he used too much of it there. And Chief TP will clear to second. Mark will now clear to third. And Danny MD will fall to fourth. You're already starting to see these four gap, and you're seeing now Danny MD signaling that he's going to be coming down pit road here. 19 lap stage, we're already 7 laps through it. And they do have mandatory pit stops. One mandatory pit stop here for this stage. And that is Danny MD, Savage Bear. Dunlap already came down along with JRC Indy. And 19mm is already down. There goes P. Fulton exiting. We'll get back up with the leaders here, and that is the 38 of MFF Kari. And he is going down pit road with Chief. Mark electing to stay out. Now these guys aren't close on their pit stops at all. They're just getting their stop done early. And drivers electing to go tires, no fuel. Some electing to go fuel, no tires. We'll have to see how that all pans out. Right now, we'll see if Mark McAttack will come down pit road. Didn't have to signal as everybody was around him, but that also means he is also not pitting. And now with all these drivers taking tires, that's bad for this 20. Fresh rubber means a lot. And you're losing, yeah. You can stay out a couple of laps, but you can't stay out too long. Otherwise, that tire gap really starts to spread out. And Mark would be losing a ton of time to those who have already come down pit road. Now, we jump on to the 38. Came down second. That's Danny MD going by him on the outside. So I'm going to assume that was for position. That would mean that Danny MD. This is just to get their lap back here, I believe. I'm trying to see, what is that, a 2? I'm looking on the live stream trying to figure out who the bloody leader is. It is someone who has not pit yet. Oh, now I see what it is. Never mind. I'm just losing it. I couldn't tell which one was the leader, and it looks like it is still the 62, I believe. Mark McAttack is in second. We got 2 laps to go. And because they are custom schemes, I cannot tell you. Oh, one fast bean in the wall. We probably have like 1 lap to go now. Hoosier sits fourth. But Mark will not be your stage winner. Hold on. There's the end of the stage. Mark will, I believe, come home second. Who the bloody hell? It was One Fast Bean. In the... So One Fast Bean wins the stage on pit road. Oh, and because he finished the stage on pit road, that is a penalty. You need to take your mandatory pit stop before the end of the stage, and because he ended the stage, that means that means his finish won't be allowed. He does not get the stage win, nor does he get the points that come with it. So Mark McAttack will automatically be your stage 1 winner. And Savage Bean, or One Fast Bean, we'll see drop to the bottom and go to the tail end. On this restart, the green flag is out. Mark McAttack on the outside will assume the lead when the 95 will probably wait until the backstretch here. And there he goes, One Fast Bean going to the tail end. Oh man, meanwhile back here with Danny MD going almost 3 wide with Savage Bear. Oh no! Trucks to the grass. Dunlap got loose and down into doing work. Also, shout out to the 6 people in here right now. What's up, y'all? I want to show y'all some love, and now we're going to ride on with JRC Indy, who's got an absolute hornet's nest in front of him. Trying to work with the 23 of doing work. As Hoosier Boy is up into second. That purple truck you see just in front of the blue and yellow. Meanwhile, MFF Kari will scoot on by. Meanwhile, we go back to Indy. And right in front of him, it is Savage Bear and Hootie Hoo. Fighting for position here. 12-lap stage this time around. So there will be no pit stop in this stage. Run it to the green, or run it to the green and white checkered. As Hootie Hoo will get the spot over the 9. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Team 95 going 3 wide back here. With Cole Trickle on the 41 of Allison. Oh boy. 5 getting crazy. Loose out of 4 and spent the whole straightaway trying to catch it. Meanwhile, up at the front, Mark McAttack extending his lead over the 38 of Kari. Hoosier settling into 3rd. And it's Danny MD and Chief that will round out your top 5. And a quick update on the brackets as they run here in stage 2. Savage Bear and Dark Knight, these guys are running real close to each other. Dark Knight is winning his battle. He's the 8th seed, remember? And then it is a tight one. Chief and Danny up there in 4th and 5th in their own little battle. And then you got Davey and Hoosier. And Hoosier is definitely winning that battle. Allison has not been up here. And Indy still in the Dukes with Cole Trickle as the laps continue to wind down. Well, Chief TP up 2 spots now. In 3rd is the 24. Kari looks like he is closing in on that 20. And I've seen Kari have some good runs here at Charlotte, so we should expect to see that 38 up front for the entire race if he can keep it clean. Now it's whether or not he has something for that 20 up at the front. As Hoosier crosses the line, 4 laps to go. Or at least crosses the line on the stream. Now down the backstretch. It's where Kari can afford to make up a little bit of time. Oh, as a caution flies, the stage ends. Mark McAttack will win the stage. What happened? It looks like something with Dunlap and Davey that brought out the yellow to end the stage. We had 4 laps remaining. The yellow flies and the stage ends. So Mark wins the stage. Kari 2nd. Chief TP 3rd. Who's your boy 4th? Danny MD rounds out your top 5. Dark Knight 6th. Savage Bear 7th. Doing Work 8th. Indy 9th. And P. Fulton rounding out your top 10. Those are the drivers that get points. And now the start of the final stage. This is where we keep an eye on the bracket throughout the whole thing, but we keep our eyes right now at the front 2 as we go green. Oh, Mark trying to block the 38, clears himself really, but Kari settles in right on his bumper. We're going to go back through the field here. We're going to go on with JRC Indies. He is smack a dab in the middle of this. Got Savage Bear to his outside doing work. And Dark Knight just in front of him going side by side at a turn 4. Cole Trickle having to work his way back up from the tail end. He has had to do this all day. Oh, Savage Bear! Loose! Dog pound around! Savage Bear's around! Do we stay green? They're still wrecking. And yes, we do stay green. As Indy has now quietly moved himself up, not only inside the top 10, but up to 7th now. Meanwhile, I want to go back up to the front here because Kari is looking racy. Peek into the inside multiple times we saw on this 20 of Mark McAttack. 67 laps in this race. 33 now completed, giving us about 35 more to go. Multiple pit stops this stage, so this field will look completely different when it all shakes out. There is Dog Pound coming in to repair heavy front end damage as he took all of 3 and 4 to smack the outside wall a couple of times, and you saw it on the front end there. That truck took a beating. Savage Bear down to make his repairs. That'll probably mean the end of their day, and I do believe Savage was against Dark Knight, and Savage coming into this one as a 1 seed. So Savage Bear might be eliminated, as that is not how you want to start your stage off. Oh, looks like Indy is in a fight with Hootie Hoo. Hootie Hoo has been having a quiet, good day. Nice top 10 run here for that 99 truck. I just can't take my eyes off of these two up at the front, though. MFF Kari and Mark McAttack. Meanwhile, Chief and Danny MD are going absolutely nowhere. They are not giving up on this fight either. They're hoping these two really get racy in front of them so that way they can take advantage of it. But a blanket you could throw over these guys. First through fourth. If nose to tail had a picture in the dictionary. Meanwhile, doing work. Hoosier in a fight to stay in the top 5. Doing work wants in. And he is. Hoosier will fall to 6th and now has Indy barreling down on him. Doing work has had some atrocious luck as of late in these truck races. Getting involved in some mishaps, having mishaps of his own. Darlington was definitely not one he wants to be reminded of. At least I believe it was Darlington. No, I'm not thinking of Darlington. I think I'm thinking of Atlanta. I think I'm thinking of last week. It's probably why it's so fresh in my brain. But look who just capitalized on a mistake from the 38. The 24 of Chief TP. Now we'll see. Kari has had top 2-3 speed. Let's see if the 24, seems how they have about a car length between them and Mark McAttack. If the 24 and 38 can work together here to get back to that 20. Plenty of room to do so. Charlotte's a big track. It can act as a drafting track here. But you gotta be consistent. All right, Mark and Chief. Pitting this time. They show bottom. Oh, but Chief runs up. That's going to force 38 to slow down just a hair. And a whole slew of trucks doing work. Hoosier in the 12. Hootie Hoo. Allison. Shady and Team 95 also come down. Indy also stays up, but he is a man on his own? Did we just lose Indy? And look at this lead Mark McAttack has. Hold on, I gotta know. We gotta know at the end of this. Did we just lose JRC Indy? Yes! Indy is out. Lost power himself. Storms raging through the southeast. Killing the power of these guys. And so JRC Indy will forfeit his spot in the bracket. And Cole Trickle will automatically advance. Dark Knight might as well have advanced. Meanwhile, Chief and Danny, the 4th and the 5th seed, will do battle the rest of this race. You got Allison and Hoosier. Hoosier still plenty ahead in that fight. But what an advantage Mark McAtack got. Here is MFF Kari doing work up to third now, but Kari will have the fresher equipment and should allow him to drive up through this field, but he has got a ways to go. We got 24 laps to go. I do believe they need to stop one more time. All right. And it looks like the 33 of Kari has gotten up to P3 and is already breaking away from doing work. Now we can settle into a groove here to try and catch the 24. Now Kari might change up his strategy, seeing how big of a lead Mark McAtack has. But Kari already barreling down on Chief. Oh, and Chief blocking. He wants to keep second to himself, but Kari just has the better stuff. And now to the inside of turns 1 and 2, Kari goes and easily gets by Chief. So now the 38 up to P2. The fresh equipment paying off here, as he caught Chief TP in absolutely no time at all. Now the run to the 20. And the fight with Chief just slowed him up a little bit. Now I gotta tell you, man, this driver, the 38 Kari, he is a different animal when he has something to chase after. If he's trying to be defensive, he's prone to some mistakes. But if he's got a rabbit to chase, man, that guy is a man on a mission, especially with the freshest equipment. Expect him to not be denied. Now you got these three back here, 4th, 5th, and 6th we're looking at. Danny MD we're following on with in the 63. Kari starting to break away a little bit. As we're down to 18 laps to go. Oh, you got trucks coming down pit road. Cole Trickle and Team 95. No doubt, that's right. Davey back here in the 41, just behind those trucks up at the front. Oh, and there we go. Everybody comes down except for... I should have gone the other way. Danny MD and Kari. Interesting. So we'll stay on with the 38 as he continues his run. He's not pitting this time as he did not show the bottom. Some drivers now, a little confusion on the radios, and some drivers thought there was a 3-stop stage, that there was 3 mandatory pit stops, but now only 2. Is Kari continuing to run here? And he is your race leader as they run right now. Davey on pit road. Will we see the 38 show the bottom? He shows the lane down. No, Kari. I think I know what Kari's doing here. If he can make this work, I think he's just going to do a fuel only. A stop and go, a 3 to 5 second stop. Never mind, he's pitting now. I thought he was going to run this thing out another 10 laps. Do a stop and go with about 4 laps remaining. Try and get ahead of that 20, but no, him and the 63 elect to pit now. We jump on with the 20. He was your race leader when all this came down, when all this kicked off. But now that was just to get his lap back, the 20 going by him. So when he comes back around, it will be for position. Kari's still on pit road. That is not what that 38 wanted to see. He's got a ton of time to make up and not a whole lot of time to do it. It was a bold strategy call, but man, he's only got like 11 laps to make up what is an extraordinary gap. He fell all the way to 5th. He was running 2nd when the green flag cycle started. He might be able to make his way back up to that point, but I see him going no further. Yes, 11 laps to go as they cross the line that last time by. I mean, he does have 4 to 5 lap fresher tires. And he is already all over the 12 of Hoosier, who does sit 4th. Oh, look at this. Hold up. I do believe. Oh, it is a 3-stop stage. Oh, Kari. Well, now. Okay. So it is a 3-stop stage. Interesting. Kari now doing the short pit call. We'll see if that gains him some spots. He got tires on that one, so he could get gas on this one. Okay, we'll follow along here with a 38 as he tries to run around this track as fast as he can. Mark now pulling into his stall. 20 still on pit road. Oh my gosh. Kari's got to pass Mark McAttack for the lead. Or for the figurative lead, right now your leader is the 24, but as you can see, he needs to come down along with the 12 of Hoosier behind him, who sits in 2nd position. This is going to be a hell of a race to the finish. Mark McAttack is miles behind the 38. So those are cars that just pit ahead of him. Kari just got his lap back getting behind him. I don't even see an orange dot behind the 38. Because Mark McIntyre isn't even in view. Chief still on pit road. This will be for position. And yes, the drivers who came down this time all got tires. Meanwhile, Kari only had to come down and get fuel. And yes, Kari is your race leader. Mark McIntyre sits in fourth. But I assume that's going to change. No, he just sits fourth on the track. Here's doing work. A lot of front end damage on that 23, but I believe that is for position. We'll see it here in a sec once the stream I'm watching catches up. And yes, that was for position. Mark now up to third. But MFF Kari with now only 6 laps to go, coming to 5 to go, has a half a lap lead over the 12 of Hoosier, whose stream I'm watching, and he only sits in the 6th position. He has a half a track advantage. And there's Danny MD, who sits in 2nd spot. So the strategy these two had paying off in spades, and there you see the distance between Danny MD and Mark McIntyre. As now 4 laps to go as they cross the line. And now you can start to see Mark entering the fray here as he is strongly pulled away from that 23 of doing. And how about the 63 of Damney MD? You want to talk about a guy who's had some bad weeks. This dude has not been loving life as of recently here in this series. Has not had a good couple of weeks. And it shows in the point standings as he sits 7th in points right now, about 100. He's the first driver over 100 points off of the lead, and boy, he doesn't even have a stat to his name. No fastest lap, no top 5s. I'm sorry, no, we don't keep track of top 5s. But he is right now running in the 2nd spot and looking to keep it that way. Right now, 2 to go. MFF Kari as he rounds 3 and 4. This will be the white flag. 1 lap to go here for the 38. And how about him? Been running top 3 all day. Took 2 weeks off. Not of his own volition, I should add. Ha ha ha. But comes back in here, has one hell of a day, a great points day, which he greatly needed, and with an amazing pit call and execution, MFF Kari will round 4, and he will win the Redline Racing Truck Series race at Charlotte. And Danny MD holds on to P2. Mark McIntyre will finish 3rd. Doing work will finish in the 4th spot. Chief TP rounding out your top 5. Hoosier Boys 6th. Rowdy Davies 7th, Dunlap 8th, Hootie Hoo 9th, Dark Knight 10th. Now we go to the bracket while I have that pulled up. The drivers that are advancing are Dark Knight, yes, Dark Knight beat out Savage, so he advances. Chief and Danny. Danny MD beats out Chief. The 5th seed moves on. Davy and a Hoosier. Rowdy Davy comes up one spot short. Hoosier finishes 6th, and Davy comes home 7th. And Indy, with the unfortunate power outage, relinquishes his spot in the bracket, and that goes to Cole Trickle. So Dark, Danny, Hoosier, and Cole advance to your in-season tournament Final Four. As we look to go now. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I just meant to pull up the track image. Yeah, here I am just being a klutz. Now I gotta wait to enter in this to back out of it. I'm an idiot. Hello, sir. Think you can get the rest of the top 3 up in here, please?
I don't wanna.
I don't want to either.
Alright. Okay. Danny and Kari. Alright. There we go. Alright.
There's Danny. And there is MFF Kari. So I say, let's get this top 3 interview underway. And we will start with the driver who comes home in P3. And that is Mr. Mark McAttack.
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing all right, man. I mean, strategy at the end had you beat. I mean, you came out in stage 3 with a huge advantage over the rest of the field. What happened on that last stop that lost you so much time to Kari and Danny?
They made a great strategy call. Their setups, the setups that they ran, they could run a lot longer than I could. At least 1, maybe even 2 laps per run. So, the second and third stop, what they did was they took 4, and then they came right back in and took fuel only, and I had to take 4 all 3 times. So, there lost me about 10 to 12 seconds right there alone, just having to take 4 and them just taking the splash of gas and going. So, no, this is a great strategy call by them. Kind of just the way that the stages, kind of broke down. It didn't really fit my truck. I was just kind of going hard and just trying to lay it all out there. But good stage points. Definitely happy to at least win 2 stages and get a top 3. And really was shocked I honestly even won the 2 stages. I didn't think our truck was going to be that dominant compared to how practice was, but overall good run, happy with it, and looking forward to Mid-Ohio next week, and hopefully we can be back up here in the booth with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 2 state was it just did something change between practice and the race in that setup that just made it run a little better, or was it just how the race kind of fell to it?
Kind of just how the race fell to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what else I could have done there. So, like I said, with how my setup was, I kind of just had to go hard and just hope for the best. But no, again, congrats to Kari on the win, and congrats to Danny on a second place.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race overall. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up for sure, but I know some people were mad because there was an incident in the start of stage 3 and the caution didn't come out, and we don't do manuals in this league, at least as of now. So Uh, I know a couple of people aren't very happy, but just we got to clean stuff up as a league. And I had a meeting before the race with everybody, and we just got to be better. But uh, there's always going to be stuff happening. I know that there's never going to be a race where it goes perfect, and life isn't perfect. So stuff's going to happen, but we just got to be a little bit better. But uh, overall, we'll take it again, third place, and we'll move on to Mid Ohio.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations on the top 3, brother, and we'll see you next week at Mid Ohio.
10-4, thank you, bud.
And now we go over to a guy who I have not had the pleasure of talking to very much this season, but we're happy to see him here. The guy who finishes second in the 63 of Danny MD.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be up in here with y'all. It was a good race, the whole race. I had a good car. I'm really surprised Mark had a good car, real fast, but he stayed out in front most of the time. And when you're in the front, that eats your tires up more. When you're riding in the back, you can save a little bit. So that little bit helped me because Mark was actually getting one more lap than I could. But when I rode in the back, I learned how to save some tire a little bit. Um, that last stage area, I went in, I pitted, I came out, I went back in, pitted again. I didn't take nothing, took 3 seconds, and got back out. And I had plenty of fuel and tire. I could have went one more lap. But it was a darn good race, and I'm glad my teammate came up front and won. We needed the points for sure because road rage was hurting.
Yeah, I was going to say that team's been a little struggling, but I mean, you guys came back in spades. I mean, you were up front in the top 5 all day. What was there just something that could have been tweaked in the setup versus like tight versus
Uh,
loose, or was it just lacking a
well,
little bit?
no, it was a good car. It handled really well, and I have to give it out to my team leader, one, for helping me out with this setup, and it helped it roll better. So I don't know what happened to one, but I will find out. But
Was it,
hopefully he's okay. And
He said you lost power at the
oh,
beginning.
okay. I didn't know if he got upset and left or whatnot. I
no,
wasn't
Indy and
sure.
him lost power.
Okay. Oh, Indy
Yeah,
got
that's why Indy.
left too.
That's why Indy left too. Yeah, he lost power.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I like Indy and racing with him. I had one little incident in the race, but I don't think it was much of an incident. I got a little bump from one other car, and I came back and I didn't bump them, but I got back out underneath them and took my spot back. So, what comes around goes around sometimes, but I didn't hurt nobody. It was a good darn race.
Yeah, it was. Now we got Mid Ohio next week. Do you have another setup in
Uh,
you, or your team's got another setup
oh,
in it that could probably get you back up here in the top 3?
I'm hoping so. I got a good car. I've been tweaking, practicing there. I like the road courses, but it's hard for me to run my automatic there, but I'll run it.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on your awesome top 3, and
Thank you.
we'll see you next week at Mid Ohio. And that will move us on to our race winner in the 38 of MFF Kari.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, buddy? I haven't gotten to talk to you in a minute, and here we are in the winner's circle. I mean, what was it about this setup, man? Was it the setup or just the pit call in general that helped you get this win?
I think it was the setup on how it was. I think it was the setup because it could save more tires. I could run longer laps. And when Mark said it's 3 pit stops, I was already planning in my head. Okay, the first two, if I would have run longer, the first two, I get to pit. Yeah, I'm gonna lose some time to Mark because he's short pitted, but it's okay because when that last pit come, I can pit. It take nothing, come back out, and just cruise on from there. And my teammate had a similar idea. He did the same thing, and luckily we got for 1 and 2, and it's great team points for team road rates. We needed it.
Yeah, and you were running in the top 2 all day. What was it about this car? I mean, when Mark was in front of you, were you doing the same thing Danny MD was and just saving that bit of tire so that way you could stay out a couple laps longer so you could have fresher equipment?
I wasn't saving nothing. I was I was on his bumper the whole time. I was not saving anything.
Yeah, and so you already had that stretch. So you had already come up with that pit strategy pre-race, right? When you heard all the mandatory pit stop schedules.
No, it was in the middle of the race. After day 2, Mark was like, "We got 3 pit stops." I was planning then, and so luckily, because normally when I plan pit strategy, it don't work out too well. But this week it worked out pretty well, so I'm not happy for that.
I was going to say pretty well. I mean, I was watching Hoosier's stream. You had a full half a track advantage on him based on your pit strategy. So I guess it worked out pretty well. Now, I know we got a road course next week at Mid-Ohio. Is that one that you're kind of like, I'm glad I got this win now so I can not worry about that road course? Or are we feeling pretty good about that one?
It's 50-50. I'm not too bad at Mid Ohio, but a lot of work can be used there. I'm not the fastest truck. I don't have the fastest truck, but if I could put in a little bit of practice, maybe we can compete up there, and hopefully my team can get up there too, because our road rage need it.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on your win. Welcome back, and we will see you next week at Mid-Ohio.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that will do it here for our action-packed day or technically night, at Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the Truck Series, a part of the Redline Racing League. And we head to Mid-Ohio next week, a road course, which means that there will be a public vote in the chat on whether or not Mark McAtack will be up in the booth and or have to start from the rear. But for right now, we'll close it out here. My name is Walbridge. This has been the Redline Racing League, and we will see you next Tuesday, and we